Theater 150 is about 13 years old. We used to be in a 30-seat theater down at the other end of the avenue. And now we've moved into this building. We've been here for 2.5 years. And just last year we became a professional theater by joining Actors Equity Union. And so now we've taken this big leap into bringing professional theater to Ojai.
The season that we put together since we got into this building is the first time we've had consistent seasons. The rest of the history of the place was when we could fundraise enough to put on a show, then we put on a show. So the big step forward for us is putting on an entire season worth of stuff so people can count on quality theater at regular intervals, time and time again.
So the grant is around serving underserved communities. That would be the elderly, places where theater is not promoted. So we can go out with tickets to agencies that we've already are beginning to work with, identifying those populations that they can come here and see Shakespeare free to them, paid for by this grant. So the idea is exposure both of the theater and good theater in general, and then just the community building and culture that surrounds that activity.
Underserved populations are ticket buyers of the future. So if you can get them to love what you're doing, love the theater that you're doing, they'll come back. So like last year with Hamlet, there was a friend of the theater, a grandmother who brought her grandkids kicking and screaming to see Hamlet. 3.5-hour show. They had thrown fits, they're sitting out in the lobby, passed out beforehand, not wanting to go in, the whole thing. And by the time it was all over, the little girl, I think she's 8 or 9 years old, is running up and down the hallways screaming out, "I love Shakespeare! I don't know what it means, but I love Shakespeare!" And the boy is buying these trading cards that we had made for Hamlet, whatever, he's getting the cast to sign them and whatever. So we've made theater converts for life. So that's the idea behind this. If we can get them to come see really high quality theater and not what happens in their literature class when they are given Shakespeare and it is tedious and horrible and it turns them off for life. Instead, we give them a show like this, like Hamlet, that can light them up and come back again and again. So those are, that's how live theater is going to have to sustain itself, by looking at populations that they may not think, may not be ready for it, or an 8-year-old can't buy a ticket, but she will when she's 18, and she will when she's 38, 48, 50, and 68. And that's the future of our theater and everybody else's theater.
Theater 150 exists in the larger community of Ojai, which is very important to who we are. So you have, the beauty of nature, and coupled with the beauty of art, there's really nothing better than that.